Prasarita padottanasana. For this variation of this pose, you need a block and a blanket. You're going to take the block to the lowest height and then tri-fold a blanket and place that blanket on top of the block. Now you may find that you need to take a higher block or you need to fold the blanket, but we'll start here. Then I want you to take your feet wide, 4.5 to 5 feet wide. Take time to make the outer edges of your feet parallel to the outer edges of your mat, making your feet parallel. And then place the top of your head on the support that you've created. And once your head is firm, so you don't want to be reaching your head. If you're reaching your head, then you need to take more support. But once your head is firm, extend your arms. And notice that I've started with my arms out wider than the traditional downward facing dog arms. I'm just giving my arms a chance to warm up. So as we stay here now, slowly you can start to walk your hands closer to parallel, closer to traditional downward dog arms. In Prasarita padottanasana, the tendency is that the legs will roll out and place undue strain on the outer ankles and outer feet. So press your inner feet firm into the floor. Lift your arches up. And spin your thighs from outside in to counteract that natural tendency to spin out. And then as you stay here, walk your hands so that your arms are parallel. This variation of Prasarita padottanasana gives us 4 poses in one. So with the legs, we're doing Prasarita padottanasana, wide angle foot posture, working on the balance in our legs, working on our knees and our hips. The arms and the upper body come into downward facing dog, a pose that we all know and love. Or maybe you love it, maybe you don't. And then the head, supported on the block and the blanket, gives us the benefits of Shirshasana or headstand. And then because of the angle of the torso, your chest moves towards your chin, creating a similar feeling to Salamba Sarvangasana or shoulder stand. So allow yourself to remain here, turning your attention inward and being strong in your posture, working your legs to stay upright, reaching your arms, and at the same time allowing your head to become heavier and heavier. Reach through your arms. And press particularly in the lowest knuckle of your index finger, the lowest knuckle of your thumb, and the center of the base of your palm or your wrist, so that you're extending your inner arms more than your outer arms as they actually come a little bit shorter in the inner arms than the outer arms. Remain still. Remain inside. And then very slowly take your hands back and place them underneath your shoulders. Press your arms straight so that you come halfway up. And then heel toe your feet in until you're comfortable to stand up. Bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest, come all the way up. Step your feet together, Tadasana. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms face your body. Stand tall.
Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So for this pose, you're going to need a block, a blanket, and a mat. Place the block 2/3 of the way down the mat, and then fold your blanket into thirds, and then fold it over each other the long way. Make sure the rounded edge is towards your head, away from your feet. Make sure all the wrinkles are out of the blanket, and then place your head on the blanket and let the weight be there. Walk your feet forward, and then very slowly stretch your arms toward the top of the mat. You could have your hands so your pinky fingers are touching the side edges of the mat, and extend your arms completely. Allow the back of the neck to be long, and straighten your legs as much as you can. Reach your arms, reach your legs. Allow your face to be soft. And your face relaxed. Now, as you're there, and when you feel the invitation, I'm going to invite you to start to walk your hands a little bit closer to each other. Now, if you do this too quickly, it's going to pull your head off the support. So you really have to wait until your shoulders release, until your shoulders get used to the pose. And continue to stretch your legs backward, your heels down toward the floor. Doesn't mean they have to touch. If the heels touch, the head gets light. You want the head to be heavy. This pose simulates a variation of headstand. It also keeps the throat locked, so it simulates shoulder stand. Your arms are in downward dog, and your legs are in a forward bending position. So in this posture, it's as if you're doing 4 poses at one time. Keep your awareness on your arms and in your shoulders. As your shoulders release, the hands can come slowly closer to each other. Now very slowly bend your knees. Bring your knees all the way to the floor. Separate your knees and rest your forehead on the blanket that's on top of the block. Just rest there. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. For this pose, you're going to need a sticky mat, 2 blocks, and a blanket. Place 1 block on the shorter side and the other block on top of it on the taller side. Then grab your blanket and tri-fold your blanket so there's no wrinkles in it. and then fold that blanket over the tall block. Make sure the top is very level, and then place your feet hip width apart. At this point, I'm going to ask you to grab your ankles and then very slowly exhale, bringing your head to the top of the block. You want your head to be firm. If your head feels light, you either need to stack up the blanket a little bit taller or widen your feet ever so slightly, just so you feel weight on the top of the head. Your legs are very strong and very straight. Your arms are bent, and you're actually pulling on the ankles as if you would be pulling socks up. You're pulling the skin up away from your heels in the direction of your knees, and you're tightening your knees completely. Allow the back of the neck to release. Keep your face soft, your lips soft. Relax your cheeks and your ears. You're leaning into the block. You're allowing your weight to be firm on the top of your head. You don't want to allow your heels to come up in any way. Your feet are firm, but your spine is releasing toward that block. Stay soft in your face. If your knees bend, straighten them again. Then very slowly straighten your arms. Place your hands on your waist. Stand up. Join your feet together. Sama Stitihi.
Utthita Trikonasana, or triangle pose. So we're going to use the wall today. So I want you to take your left heel to the wall, angle your toes slightly in, and then dance your right foot out. You're going to need a block for this pose as well. Bring your legs about 4.5 feet, extend your arms, and then place your right hand on an upright brick and your left hand on your waist. Ground down through your right foot, particularly pressing the inner mound of your right big toe. And then grip your knee and activate your quadricep, bringing your leg into a straight line. With your right hand on the block, press your hand down and take your right shoulder down your back and see if you can open your chest up towards the long edge of your mat or the front of your body. Allow your head to remain at neutral. And be strong in your legs as you continue to open your chest. And feel that gentle stretch in the back of your front leg. Good. Now raise your left arm straight up out of your left shoulder. And pull from your left wrist to come all the way up. Turn your right toes in. Walk your feet together and switch sides. So this time, you're going to take your right outer heel to the wall. Slightly angle your toes in, and then dance your left foot out 4.5 feet wide. Bring your heel in line with your arch, extend your arms, and then simply take your left hand to the block. Right hand comes to your hip. Take a moment to set the pose. Balance your left foot so all 4 corners of your foot press evenly into the floor. If you hyperextend, take a micro bend of your knee, grip your thigh, and bring your both legs into a state of straight. And then pressing your left hand into the block, roll your left shoulder down your back. And pressing your left hand into the block, roll your right shoulder down your back so that your chest begins to open towards the long edge of your mat. Remain here with your head at neutral. And feel the gentle stretch in the back of your left leg. Now slowly take your right arm straight up out of your shoulder, fingertips towards the ceiling, and then pull from your right wrist, come all the way up, turn your left toes in, walk your feet together, join your feet together for Tadasana. Arms come down by your sides, palms face your body.
Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. For this pose, you need a sticky mat, a chair, and a wall. Quarter fold the sticky mat and place it on the seat with the chair facing you. Step through the chair and slide as much as you can to the back of the chair. Place your feet on the wall. Then slide through the chair again. Try to catch your sacrum with the back edge of the chair, the back edge of the seat. Once you do that, slide your arms in between the front legs and grab the back legs of the chair. Once you have your arms set, once you have your chest set in the right place on the chair seat, then very slowly walk your feet up the wall and stretch your legs so that your heels are wedged between the wall and the floor. Straighten your legs entirely. Work your legs continuously. The head is relaxed. The arms are aware. You're not pulling them to the extent that your elbows bend. You keep your arms straight, but they are aware. And the edge of the seat is cutting you just at the very bottom tip of the shoulder blades. Keep working and pressing your legs. Your legs stay strong. Now bend your knees. Pull your arms out from underneath the chair. Press your elbows on the chair seat. Lift yourself up, chest first, head last, and sit back on the seat, finding a neutral position. Place your elbows on the back of the chair seat and rest.
Setubandha Sarvangasana. For this pose, you're going to need 2 bolsters and a belt. So you're going to start by taking the bolsters and placing them vertically on your mat in a line so that they make one long bolster. This is going to support your entire body so that you're able to fully let go in this pose. You're going to sit on the middle of the bolsters, take your belt, and make a loop. And then you're going to place both feet, one at a time, in the belt. And you're just going to loosely belt your ankles. So you're not trying to make this belt tight, but you should have about 2 to 4 inches between your ankle bones. And just make sure that the belt buckle is not touching your skin. And then you're going to lie down so that your entire back, your neck, and even the back of your head is supported on the bolsters. And then you're going to slide your body back on those bolsters so that the skin of your upper body goes over your shoulders and down your back. This will help to hold your chest open. And to keep you in a position where your armpit chest feels free and your upper chest feels really much more open than your normal posture. Sometimes when I do this pose, oftentimes, I'll find I need to push just a little bit more so that my shoulders are firmly on the floor. The back of your head rests gently on the floor. And then because of the nature of the props, your sternum moves towards your chin. There's such an openness of your chest that it allows your chin and sternum to come closer to one another, which creates a squeezing of the front of your neck, which is really good for your thyroid. Be mindful to not press the back of your head. Be mindful to not grip the 2 sides of your throat. Let your legs go, let your feet go. Close your eyes and turn your attention inward. So this is a beautifully supportive, restorative variation of Setubandha Sarvangasana, which is a variation of shoulder stand. And whenever we practice shoulder stand or a variation of, we can tune ourselves into the nurturing qualities of these poses. Salamba Sarvangasana is often called the mother pose of yoga because of those nurturing qualities, because you feel held, you feel supported. And when you come out of one of these types of poses, you feel better. So allow the props to hold your body open, to bring a gentle stretch to the abdomen, gentle opening to the rib cage, and a softening of your lower body. Those of you who have back pain when you start to open your chest or do any sort of backward bending motion may find that this variation of Setubandha Sarvangasana serves you really nicely. And this is because there's a little bit of space between the legs, We're not hard belting the ankles, but there's a little bit of room for your feet to be organic. And so this will relieve pressure from the low back. But you may still feel a little bit of sensation there. Don't be alarmed. This is normal. We are still opening the chest. And for those of us who have a rounded chest or do a lot of work sitting or driving, anytime we start to open the chest, the pressure gets pushed to the low back or the neck. So just a reminder that in yoga, there is pain that comes along this path to finding freedom in your body. And we have to be willing to turn and face that pain. In our normal lives, we oftentimes will run away from pain or avoid pain, but in yoga, it's a little bit different. Now, very slowly, I want you to take your feet out of the belt, so it should be loose enough to allow you to do that easily. Take your feet to either side of the bolster and rest your knees on one another. Make this effortless so that they're falling into one another, so that there's nothing in your legs holding your knees together. Simply rest here for a moment. And then very slowly turn to your right side. Come all the way off that bolster. Turn down to come up. And take a simple cross-legged seat. Place your palms on your thighs and rest.
Salamba Sarvangasana. Now for this pose you need a chair, a bolster, and a sticky mat. I'm going to ask you to fold the sticky mat into quarters and place the sticky mat on the chair seat. Please take the bolster and place it right next to the front legs, making sure the bolster is even. And then I'm going to ask you to sit down on the chair sideways. Face the back, kick and roll your legs up over the back of the chair. And then holding on to the side of the chair, walk your buttocks so it goes through the chair back, and you can lay your back on the chair seat. Then see if you could look over the edge of the chair. Start to slide your body down toward the bolster. You'll feel the bolster with your head. Hold on to the legs while you're sliding down. And as you get more and more firm on the bolster, you could adjust the bolster so it's directly under your shoulders and slide the body so the chair seat is just holding on to the sacrum. You could hold the triangles of the chair where the legs meet each other if you want. Straighten your legs as much as you can. See, in Salamba Sarvangasana, using a chair, the chest has the opportunity to stay extremely open. And the chair supports a lot of your body weight. It's not just your arms that take the brunt of the pose, but the chair forces the chest open. It forces the spine to lift, And the arms can be soft. You could allow this pose to rejuvenate you. Here, all the blood is drained from the legs. By putting your legs up, gravity has its way with you, and it starts encouraging the blood to come down out of your feet and move down your body in the direction of your heart. In this position, the heart is above the head, which is the opposite of what it normally is. Usually your heart is pumping blood uphill in the direction of your brain. But here you have your brain underneath your heart, so it's easier for the blood to flow in that direction. Now, if you're comfortable in this position, you can let go with your hands and just take your arms over your head in cactus position, allowing the bolster and the sticky mat on the chair to hold your body firmly. You get to relax. The legs continue to work. The torso receives the posture. Soften your face any amount. Allow your arms to rest. Now very slowly, when you're ready, take your arms and grab the back legs of the chair. Release your shoulders and slide down. Rest your calf muscles on the chair seat. Your lower back, your buttocks is resting on the bolster, and then you take your arms out to the side and rest completely in a posture we call Tadaka Mudra. In this pose, the belly softens. Relax your belly completely. Allow the bolster to hold your chest open, your arms to be relaxed and released. Your legs are completely soft. So in shoulder stand, the arms and the legs have to work. The arms don't work as much as they normally do in the middle of the room, but even in the chair, the arms are definitely working. So here in Tadaka Mudra, you get to let the legs completely relax. The arms to totally let go. And here again, you get to cultivate this receptive position. We become receptive in our consciousness so that we can study and receive as much information as we possibly can from our own body, attempting to do these amazing yoga postures that have thousands of years of intelligence woven into them through all the people, the many generations that have practiced these poses to maintain health, longevity, and equanimity of consciousness. So allow yourself to be soft here. Feel your weight heavy on the bolster, the chair, and the floor. Now very slowly return your hands to some place on your torso, finding a place of peace. Bend your knees and roll onto your side. Push the bolster out from underneath your sacrum. Use your arm as a pillow and rest on your side. Let your belly soften. Let it go completely. Now very slowly continue rolling in the direction you're facing. Press yourself up. Sit on the bolster in simple cross legs with a neutral spine and rest. And now it's time for Savasana. Please take a bolster and put it on your mat and then fold a blanket in half with the rounded side toward you. And place that blanket so that it touches your shoulders and supports your neck and your head. The bolster is positioned so it's right underneath the center of your knees. Place your hands on your pelvis, elongate your torso, and then slowly straighten your legs, placing the knees on top of the bolster, making sure that your heels are touching the floor. Now, relax your arms, relax your legs. Let go completely. Soften yourself. This is a time to watch the settling process take place. Relax your legs. Relax your arms. Let go there. Soften your belly. Allow the floor to support all of your weight. Turn your awareness to your face and relax the tissue around your eyes. Soften the corner of your nose. Release your upper lip. Soften your lips so that they are touching. Your mouth isn't open, but your teeth are not touching. Your teeth are separate. But the lips are very gently closed. Soften your jaw, your cheeks. Relax your neck and let loose in your throat. Now turn your gaze to your brow. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Soften your temple skin, the tissue all around your ears. Relax your entire scalp. Observe yourself becoming heavier and heavier, because the longer you stay here, the more you settle. Allow yourself to settle completely. It's a letting go. It's a softening. You release control and you invite this relaxation to wash over you, allowing the practice to dissipate, preparing your body for whatever comes next. This is a closure, an ending, a completion. The practice is passing away, and you're preparing yourself for whatever it is that's coming next. Now, very slowly, bend your elbows. Place your hands someplace on your torso that gives you a sense of peace. Bend your left knee. Roll over onto your right side. Rest there for a moment. You could use your arm as a pillow if you'd like. Let your belly go. Now turn down to press yourself up with your arms. Sit in a simple cross-legged position. Join your hands in front of your heart center. Gently bow your head to yourself, bringing closure to the practice. Namaskar.